There's a question that sooner or later every single one of us has to face, and it's this. When you're gone, what will actually remain? So in this explainer, we're going to explore what it really means to leave behind something that truly lasts.
I mean, really think about it. One day, all the noise, all the hustle, everything that fills up our lives, it's just gonna stop.
Yeah, your phone will stop ringing. All those constant notifications, the messages, the calls, they'll just end. And your name, it'll stop popping up on screens. That endless stream of emails and mentions and likes, it will all be replaced by, well, silence. It's a heavy thought, right? The world just keeps on going, as if you were never even here. And when that idea really sinks in, it forces you to ask a much, much deeper question. And that really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. What truly lasts? See, life isn't just about how long you lived. It's about what lived on after you. It's about the echo you leave behind. Okay, so how do we actually build that echo? Well, let's look at a really powerful way to think about this, coming from the Islamic perspective. And it's not about running away from the world, not at all. It's about learning how to walk through it with purpose. And this quote here says it all, really. Islam never told us to escape the world. It taught us how to walk through it with purpose. See, the idea isn't to detach from everything, our jobs, our families, our goals. No, it's about taking all of those everyday things and completely transforming them by giving them a much higher meaning. And what's so interesting here is this concept that every single action is recorded twice. Yeah, twice. Once in this world and once for the next. Think about that. Every single thing we do, from a tiny act of kindness to a huge career decision, it's being noted down in two separate ledgers, so to speak. So how do we make sure our actions actually have that positive, lasting value? Well, it all boils down to one simple but incredibly powerful idea. It's the key that can transform the mundane into the meaningful. And that key is niyyah. So what is niyyah? Simply put, it's your intention. It's the why behind everything you do. It's not what you're doing that matters most, but why you're doing it. You could almost think of it as the spiritual engine that drives every single one of your actions. And this is where things get really amazing. Because when your intention, your niyyah, is for a higher purpose, everything changes. Your career, it can become an act of worship. Your struggles, the daily grind, that can become tzedakah or charity. Even your patience in a tough moment becomes an investment for the hereafter, for the Akhirah. The action on the outside looks exactly the same, but its inner value, its spiritual weight, just skyrockets. There's a story that illustrates this so perfectly. It's not about some famous, wealthy person. It's about a quiet man and the true measure of his success. So picture this guy who lived a really simple life. He wasn't chasing fame or making headlines. Instead, he just focused on the small things. He taught his kids to be honest. He treated his customers with fairness. He'd help people out without ever making a big deal about it. His legacy wasn't about riches. It was about reliability. And the thing is, when he was gone, people cried. But they didn't cry for his money. They cried because of his absence. And right there, that is a legacy. And that story, it really makes you think, doesn't it? It points to two totally different kinds of success. And maybe we need to start asking ourselves a different set of questions about what we're actually aiming for. Just look at what success asks. You've got dunya, or worldly success, on one side. It's always asking, how much did you achieve? But then you've got akhirah, or hereafter, success on the other side. And it asks a totally different question. Who benefited because you lived? Because let's be real, titles end, accounts close. But your impact? That travels forward. So let me ask you a question, and I want you to really sit with it for a second. If a lot ended your life tonight, would your work end too? And that question leads us right to our final idea. And it's a powerful one, building for the hereafter. Think of it as your eternal project. It's about creating a legacy that doesn't just stop when you do, but one that actually meets you after death. So what does that look like? It means building something that is still feeding souls, or protecting people, or guiding hearts, all because you once existed. It's about planting a seed of good that just keeps on growing long after you're gone. Because in the end, the greatest success is not what you leave behind in this world. No, it's what welcomes you in the Akhirah. It's about what you sent ahead. And the only question left to ask is, what will be waiting for you?